Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Scott Show, the wrestling show. We're talking about WWE Survivor Series coming up on Sunday night. It's going to be one hell of a show. I'm looking forward to it. And can I just say that when I just started looking at the card, when they first announced it, me not too happy. Now they have tweaked it quite a bit, and it is looking really, really good. I want to give you guys a little bit of insight on what I think on the Survivor Series card as it looks right now on Wednesday. It could change. There could be added matches. Sami Zayn is not there, and Kevin Owens. And Jinder Mahal is not even on there, even though he was WWE Champion just a few short days ago. So the mid-card, or the pre-show match to this is Enzo Amore and Kalisto. I'm kind of glad it's on the pre-show, only because, for two reasons actually. Number one, because it's the 205 Live thing, which means it's kind of like the third brand of wrestling. If you don't say NXT is first, because they're both on the network. Even though 205 Live does have a little spot on Raw. Enzo Amore, the champ, facing off against Kalisto. I'm going to say Enzo Amore wins here. I'm really not a big fan of watching the pre-show. But I am going to watch as much as I can. And Enzo Amore is entertaining, so I'm going to probably go cheer for him. But yeah, Enzo Amore over Kalisto, regaining his Cruiserweight Championship. The only way I can see Kalisto winning is if Rockstar Spud comes right away. But I can see them bringing Hideo Itami first to 205 Live. And I could see him attacking Enzo at the end of the match. Just because that would be a title reign. And, that would be a lot of fun. Enzo Amore and Hideo Itami. That would be a great fight. And then we move on to the Champions matches. I'll cover those. Well, I'll cover one of them first, since we're kind of on the line here. We got the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz, with the Miztourage, Bo Dallas, and Curtis Axel, facing off against Baron Corbin. This is probably going to be the safest, WWE's most style match of the night. Miz and Baron Corbin are both going to wrestle a good match. I don't think it's going to be mind-blowing by any stretch of the imagination. But I think it's going to be good. I think The Miz will end up with... you could really give The Miz the victory and make him look like a credible Intercontinental Champion. Or you could make him look like a chicken butt heel and give Baron Corbin the win. And The Miz gets screwed some way. And I don't know how yet, but we'll see. And it'll be interesting. So, the booking on that is interesting. But I would love to see The Miz win only because I want to see him be right for once. I don't want him to be Flair, because Flair was Flair. The Miz still needs to get built up. Yes, he's a former world champion, Intercontinental Champion 500 million times, but I still think they need to build up The Miz. Then I move to a non-title match. All of them are non-title except for the pre-show. But this match doesn't have any title, but it does have implications in it of who is the best three-man team in the WWE. So you have The Shield, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, against the New Day, Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods. Now, they actually called Big E Langston before he was just Big E. So, here's what I think about this. You're going to have a really hard call fighting this match. I think it's going to be kind of a screwjob finish, but I think the Shield's going to win. I really want to see the New Day win. I really, really do. I would love to see how they work together, but I can see the Shield winning. I would love the New Day winning. We'll just see how it goes. So there you go. We do have probably not my favorite match of the night, only because it has the tag team champions from both sides, and they're not the best teams on both sides. And that's Cesaro and Sheamus on the Raw side, SmackDown side, the Uso brothers. Again, I'm not a fan of either one. I like Cesaro and Sheamus. I really do. I actually like Cesaro a lot. Sheamus, not so much. And the Usos, not at all. So I'm cheering for Raw on this one. Cesaro and Sheamus pick up the win. Because they need to. I think they definitely need to win that one. We're kind of jumping around on the list that I have here, so we'll go to the next women's match with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. I swear I think it's going to be Flair. However, I think Alexa Bliss could pull out the victory. It'll be interesting to see because I want to see how they split the wins between Raw and SmackDown. But I can totally see Charlotte Flair winning this match. Only because she is the better wrestler. She is the bigger pushed. So we'll see. But this match could go either way. And they're two phenomenal wrestlers. I would love to see it. And then you have Brock and AJ Styles. I think this is going to be the second. If this is not the main event match. First of all, shame on the WWE if this is not the main event match. I'm only not making it the main event match because I'm going to call the two elimination matches here in a minute. But I think Brock's going to win. I think AJ is going to look strong. I don't think there's going to be a lot of foolishness there. If there is, it's going to be from probably Jinder. Maybe somebody pissed off at Brock. I don't know. Maybe Samoa Joe. Or it'll be something. But I can totally see Jinder screwing it up, costing AJ the win over Brock. And there'll be some sort of screwjob finish, but I think Brock will win that match. And then with the women's traditional 5-on-5 elimination match, which I think might start out the pay-per-view. Just to get them off and running. Team Raw, Alicia Fox, Nia Jax, Asuka, Sasha, and Bayley against Becky Lynch, Carmella, Naomi, Tamina, and a mystery partner. My only thought is, my few thoughts are, who's the mystery partner for number one? And does it really matter if SmackDown actually wins this thing? I mean, here's what you have on Raw. You have Alicia Fox, who's crazy like a fox. You have Nia Jax, who's an absolute beast in the ring. You have Asuka, who they've been pushing to the stars. You have Sasha Banks, the boss. And Bayley, who just needs a hug. And on the other side, you have Becky Lynch. She's probably the best one out of the four that's named so far. Carmella, who's improved. Naomi, who is a dumpster fire. And Tamina, who's passable as a wrestler. Tamina could do very, very well. If Tamina powerbombs Naomi through a flaming table and then throws lighter fluid on her, I would love Tamina forever. But I'm just saying. So what I can see here is Asuka kills Naomi in a few seconds. Asuka kills Tamina in a few seconds. Then Nia Jax kills Carmella. Becky just can't handle all five. And we'll see who the to-be-announced person is to make it 5-on-5. But that's what I see. I don't see it being that much of a great match. Raw will win. I would be shocked to see any eliminations on the Raw side. And then we go to the main event of the evening, or the semi-main. If they get smart and throw their two champions in the main event, I would not be surprised. But this is the most star-studded match. It's the biggest match, and it has a McMahon in it. So this is probably going to be the main event. And it is Kurt Angle, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, and Triple H against Team SmackDown Shane McMahon, Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, and John Cena. Now, here's the issue that I have in this match. There's no person to take the first fall. My idea for this whole thing would be Kane would come and interfere to get Braun out. I don't really know anybody who would interfere to take anybody from SmackDown out unless it's Owens and Sami Zayn, which I think they would save until the end. I think Kurt Angle is going to win the match. Triple H, I'm just interested to see what Triple H does. And if Triple H just happens to hit John Cena with a half a dozen pedigrees and then put him through a flaming table and throw lighter fluid on him, I would be happy. But that's just my mean way of saying I hate John Cena, because I really, really do. I would hope SmackDown turns on John Cena. I want to see Shinsuke Nakamura hit him with the Kinshasa, and then Bobby Roode hit him with a glorious DDT. That would be awesome. But in the world of the WWE, which I know they won't do all this stuff that I'm talking about, I do see Team Raw winning this match. I do see it end up being Angle and maybe even Triple H in the ring. I think they're going to do something with Strowman and Kane to make Strowman still look strong, and Balor and Joe are probably just going to start a fight. I would not mind seeing Bobby Roode and Randy Orton fight, or Shinsuke and Bobby Roode fight. I actually wouldn't even mind seeing a Nakamura Cena fight, as long as it ends up with Nakamura knocking some sense into Cena. So, I'm interested in this match. There's a lot of dichotomy in this match. I want to see what happens. But my pick is going to be Team Raw winning the match, Kurt Angle keeping his job, and Triple H looking like $1 million freaking dollars. And that's exactly what I think is going to happen. So, what's going on tomorrow is TCW Fantasy Wrestling. The quarterfinals start tomorrow to the big tournament to decide the world champions in 5 different divisions, which we will have next Sunday, the 26th, at TCW Party Time. So check out TCW Fantasy Wrestling tomorrow night, as we will be live tomorrow night, and it'll be awesome. Also check out our Friday wrestling show, which we will be covering NXT TakeOver War Games, which will be really exciting. And then Saturday, we'll have the review of War Games. Sunday, we'll have the review of Survivor Series. So much wrestling going on, folks. And we got lots of really cool stuff coming up here on the Scott Show podcast, so check it out. Wake up call every morning, 8 o'clock. Check us out. Get involved. And you guys have a great night.